Very good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the current affairs classes. Am I clearly audible and visible? Anyone, please let me know. So today we are starting with a new format for CA. The content which you are provided will be in the same format, but the classes will be in question and answer format, right? So Q&A format we are going to follow. We will be covering all the important news, also in the latest formats and areas in form of latest questions and their patterns which have been asked recently in RBI, ACAI, etc. other examinations, right? So I hope it becomes interesting and you find it interesting. It will be more effective for you to retain the important facts as well. Also, it will help you identify the important areas out of the entire content. So this is going to be the new format. Let's begin with the analysis. Today we are going to cover 1st to 2nd November current affairs, and all the important current affairs will be covered in the Q&A format. So first question in front of you is this. First question which we have is, consider the following statements regarding the Namo Drone Didi scheme. So you have Namo Drone Didi scheme. These are the statements. Go through these statements and tell me the answer. First statement says, it is a central sector scheme with lead fertilizer companies responsible for its implementation at the state level. Second statement, one of the members of the women SHGs, self-help groups, will be selected for a 15-day training with a mandatory drone pilot training under this. And the third statement says the aim is to provide drones to 14,500 selected women self-help groups during the period of 24-25 to 25-26. Which of these are incorrect? You have to tell me the incorrect statements. Tell me the incorrect one. Yes, quickly, everyone. Tell me the incorrect statements here. Anyone? All right. So you see, all of them are correct. None of them is incorrect. Hence, E will be the right answer here. Okay, because incorrect statement was asked. None of them is incorrect. All of them are correct. Namo Drone Didi scheme is in news. It has been launched to train particularly women self-help groups and members of self-help groups. Ravi, C is not the answer. E is the right answer here because all of them are correct. None of them is incorrect. This is to train your, okay, so we have explanation here. E is the correct answer here. And this is the explanation. Namo Drone Didi scheme. It is a central sector scheme, and then 14,500 selected women self-help groups will be there. Also, there is a mandatory drone pilot training, okay, and a 15-day training will be imparted. This is the thing. Remember, it is particularly also the lead fertilizer companies responsible for these states will be implementing them in the or at the state level. Okay, so all of these are correct. Remember, this is going to be very, very important. And these kind of questions they ask. Also, the overall aim of the scheme is to basically train women in utilizing the drone technology for more agricultural production and empowering them. Next question. Next question in front of you. Recently, NSE India mobile app has been launched. NSE India mobile application has been launched by NSE, National Stock Exchange. It has incorporated 8 additional languages apart from the existing ones, right? 8 additional languages. Which of the following is not among the newly incorporated additional languages in NSE mobile app? Tell me. Rajasthani, Bengali, Telugu, Odia or Assamese? You have 5 options here. Which is not the additional language added in the NSE India mobile app? And please remember, this is important. NSE India mobile app has been launched by NSE, right? And existing languages are there 8 additional. Also remember this figure, 8 additional languages have been added. Which of them is not there? A, okay, Rajasthani. Just give me a second. You just go through the question. Give me a second. All right. So yes, the correct answer here is Rajasthani. Okay, Rajasthani is not the languages incorporated in the 8 additional languages of NSE India mobile app. Others are there: Bengali, Telugu, Odia, Assamese. So let's see what all languages are there, the existing one and the additional one. So the existing languages, total available languages are 12. Existing one are English, Hindi, Marathi and Gujarati. Remember, if you see recently in the IRDAI examination as well, they have asked these kind of questions. So these are based on the latest patterns. So please remember them in that format. Okay. All these languages are existing one. The newly added are Assamese, Bengali, Kannada, Malayalam, Odia, Punjabi, Tamil and Telugu. All right. All these are the newly added languages. One more thing, in the Namo Drone Didi question, the number of self-help groups to be trained, 14,500. Some sources are quoting it 14,500 and some PIB sources are quoting it 15,000, right? So that depends. If both the figures are there, both the figures should not be there in the examination. If both are there, you should go with 15,000, and if they are not and 14,500 is there, that would be okay. 15,000 is there, that would be okay. All right, any doubt so far? Next question, question number 3. According to the recent data shared by Ministry of Mines, this data is October data. Okay, recent data of October shared by Ministry of Mines. What is India's rank in terms of iron ore production? These ranks they also ask you, right? So please remember these ranks on the basis of different reports and data released by respective departments and ministries. Tell me, India's rank in terms of iron ore production according to latest data, October based data of Ministry of Mines. What is it? Yes, anyone? मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ माइंस के डेटा के अकॉर्डिंग इंडिया की आयरन ओर प्रोडक्शन में क्या रैंक है, एंड दिस डेटा इज बेस्ड ऑन अक्टूबर मंथ. एनी आंसर्स? सो इन टर्म्स ऑफ आयरन ओर प्रोडक्शन में दी रैंक इज 4th. यहाँ पर सी विल बी द राइट आंसर. 4th रैंक है इंडिया की आयरन ओर प्रोडक्शन में. ओके, रिमेंबर 4th विल बी द करेक्ट आंसर. C will be right answer. And this is the thing, you can go through the content. If you look at the news says there's a recent data shared by Ministry of Mines iron ore accounts for 70% of total mineral conservation and development rules mineral production by value. So if you look at in value terms mein whatever mineral production has been there, out of that total mineral production in terms of value, 70% belongs to your iron ore production. Remember, 70% production total mineral production में in terms of value किसकी वजह से हुआ है? Iron ore की वजह से, right? And remember the ranks provided here. India, 2nd largest aluminium producer, 4th largest iron ore producer. I hope this is clear. I have incorporated these screenshots from the content. The content will be provided to you in the tabs where it is provided, right? Next question. According to a recent data by NPCI. Okay, so again one more thing, as I have been constantly telling you, whatever is in news regarding your UPI becomes important. You have seen in IRDAI AM examination, right? So anything regarding UPI, you have to remember that. Tell me, according to recent data by NPCI, which banks are top remitters and beneficiary banks in the UPI ecosystem? UPI ecosystem mein which banks are top beneficiaries? Tell me, which of them? Yes, anyone? यूपीआई इकोसिस्टम में कौन से बैंक्स हैं जिनको सबसे ज्यादा फायदा हुआ है और या फायदा हो रहा है? बताइए. एनी गेसेस क्विकली? All right. So the correct answer here is SBI, HDFC and Yes Bank. Remember, in UPI ecosystem according to a latest data by NPCI, so your National Payments Corporation of India, NPCI के data के आधार पर SBI, HDFC and Yes Bank, these are the three banks जिनको UPI ecosystem में सबसे ज़्यादा फायदा हुआ है. Okay, they are the top remitters as well as the beneficiaries of UPI ecosystem. So remember this. UPI has hit a new record in October 2024 as well. So 16.58 billion transactions have been recorded on UPI, and then this is data by NPCI. And if you look at these banks, SBI, HDFC and Yes Bank are the top remitter and beneficiaries. Next question. Question number 5. Recently, which bank has partnered with Trust More to offer digital escrow services in India? This is again very important. Very, very important, please. And I constantly tell you in the classes that please remember this thing. This is important. So it is not that after examination only we are highlighting the importance of the questions. Okay, we highlight this in the class only. Tell me the correct answer here. Recently, which bank has partnered with Trust More to offer escrow services in India? Digital escrow services. So here the correct answer is IndusInd Bank. Okay, IndusInd Bank recently is in news because it has partnered with Trust More to provide digital escrow services in India. Now, what is this escrow service? Escrow service hoti kya hai? Try to understand this thing in very simple language. Escrow services mein there's a third party. Yes, Nitin, IndusInd is the right answer. What is escrow service? Let me explain. Escrow service mein there's a third party. There is a buyer and there is a seller. एक कोई सी भी थर्ड पार्टी है, एक बायर है. हम एग्जांपल लेते हैं रियल एस्टेट का. ओके, एक बायर है जो घर खरीदना चाह रहा है और एक रियल एस्टेट का ब्रोकर है जो बेचना चाह रहा है या कंस्ट्रक्टर है बेचना चाह रहा है. ओके, बट इसकी कंडीशन है बायर की कि मैं प्रॉपर इंस्पेक्शन होने के बाद, घर का प्रॉपर इंस्पेक्शन होने के बाद ही सेलर को मेरा पेमेंट हो, ऐसा मैं चाहता हूँ, राइट? और सेलर का ये कहना है कि उतने टाइम तक हम वेट नहीं कर सकते, वी विल सेल आउट दिस अपार्टमेंट. नाउ व्हाट टू डू? तो एस्क्रो सर्विसेज में एक थर्ड पार्टी इंटरवेंशन होता है, जो फर्स्ट जो भी रिलेवेंट पार्टी है, ट्रांजैक्शन में इन्वॉल्व पार्टीज हैं, उनका एसेट या उनका जो भी फंड है उसको मैनेज करती है. तो अब यहाँ पर अगर हम बात करें इंडसइंड बैंक की फॉर एग्जाम्पल, तो इंडसइंड बैंक ये इंश्योर कर रहा है, दिस इज जस्ट फॉर एग्जाम्पल, राइट? वी हैव टेकन अ रियल एस्टेट एग्जाम्पल. इंडसइंड बैंक हियर इज इंश्योरिंग कि बायर प्लेसेस द फंड, बायर ने जो भी मकान खरीदना था उसका पैसा इंडसइंड बैंक के पास रख दिया. ओके, अब बैंक ये इंश्योर करेगा कि जब इंस्पेक्शन हो जाता है अपार्टमेंट का, जैसी की कंडीशन थी बायर की, उसके बाद ही ये पैसा सेलर तक पहुंचे. तो इससे दोनों पार्टी का काम हो गया, and then the agreement is secured by a third party. I hope this is clear. So this is what escrow service means, where a third party ensures the security of an agreement or a transaction between two parties. Clear? So remember, IndusInd Bank will be providing this. Next question. So this is the thing, right? Escrow services. Next question. Under the presidency of India and co-presidency of France, also remember there are certain facts incorporated in the question which are also important. Not only the answer is important, the question in itself is your content, right? So please remember these facts, that the presidency of 7th session of ISA is being done by India and the co-presidency is held by France. Remember these two facts. So under the presidency of India and co-presidency of France, the 7th session of International Solar Alliance, ISA is very, very important body. You know, we have been witnessing it in the current affairs. The 7th edition of ISA assembly is there. It has been inaugurated at Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. Okay, so the question is, what are the 3 critical issues to be addressed in this? What are the 3 critical issues which are highlighted in this? These kind of questions are also important. You have seen they are asking pillars and criteria of analysis of a rank, critical issues, etc. Tell me, which are the critical issues to be addressed or addressed in the 7th session of ISA assembly inaugurated in New Delhi? Yes, anyone? Tell me. A. Okay, very good. So the correct answer here is A, energy access, energy security, and energy transition. Remember, these are the three critical issues: energy access, security, and transition. Also remember, presidency of 7th ISA session, India, co-presidency, France, and location, Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi. All right, these are the facts, and the critical areas are energy access, security, and transition. Other relevant facts, you should go through it in the content. Next question, question number 7. Union Minister of New and Renewable Energy Prahlad Joshi at 7th IS Assembly again has informed that India has reached how much gigawatt of capacity, installed solar capacity in way of its goal to attain 500 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity by which year? So you know we have a goal to attain 500 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity. By which year, you have to tell me? And according to this recent statement given by the respective ministry at 7th ISA Assembly, which is very, very important, what is the current installed solar capacity? Tell me both the figures. A, B, C, D, E. What is the answer? Quickly. Shreya is saying E, Nitin is saying D. Okay. So yes, D is the right answer here. Remember, presently we have 90 gigawatts of the installed capacity. So here 90 will be there. And the overall target of 500 gigawatts of renewable energy is to be achieved by 2030. So 90 and 2030, D will be the right answer. Okay, 90, 20, 30. Also remember, the government has approved 50 solar parks with renewable capacity of 37 gigawatts. So remember this as well. 50 solar parks they have also approved. And about ISA, we have discussed a number of times. ISA, the International Solar Alliance, was conceptualized in the sidelines of COP21 in Paris 2015. And remember, always it is a collaboration between two countries, which is India and France. Okay, and total partners, if you see, 120, and aim is to unlock 1 trillion solar investment by 2030. Particularly, the overall aim of the ISA is to boost investment in solar energy capacity and also help countries in achieving their targets of installed renewable energy capacity and shift to non-fossil fuel based energy generation. Okay. Next question. Question number 8. At the Ganga Utsav 2024. So Ganga Utsav 2024 has been launched, right? An all-women river rafting expedition was inaugurated. At this Ganga Utsav, an all-women river rafting expedition was inaugurated for the purpose of Clean Ganga awareness campaigns. This expedition, which is all-women expedition, has been flagged off, okay, under the leadership of whom? Who is leading this expedition? This is the question. Who is leading this expedition launched at Ganga Utsav 2024? Tell me. Yes? Anyone? All right, Shreya, very good. So remember, Sub-Inspector Priya Meena from BSF. Okay, so SI Priya Meena from BSF is leading this expedition launched at Ganga Utsav. You have to go through about Ganga Utsav as well. Ganga Utsav being held at your Chandi Ghat in Haridwar. Okay, remember this is the 8th edition of Ganga Utsav. So Ganga Utsav also becomes important. 8th edition, location Chandi Ghat, Haridwar. Reason why this has been we celebrate Ganga Utsav. This is because it is marking the anniversary of declaring Ganga River as the national river. Okay, and this is the all-women expedition for awareness and all, led by Priya Meena. Next question. Question number 9. Which student film of the Film and Television Institute of India, FTII, has qualified for 2025 Oscars in the live action short film category? You see, these kind of questions are also there. Recently, IRDAI has asked you the film by Payal Kapadia, right? So these formats are also important. Tell me, which film has recently qualified for 2025 Oscars in the live action short film category? Which of them? Okay, D with a question mark. That means you're not sure. All right. So A is the correct answer here. A. Sunflowers were the first ones to know. Okay. Remember, A is the right answer here. Sunflowers were the first ones to know. This is the thing. So FTII student film Sunflowers were the first ones to know has qualified for 2025 Oscars. And remember the director as well. It is directed by FTII student Chindanand S Nayak or Chidanand S Nayak. Okay. Then next question number 10. A recent district has been 17th district has been inaugurated in Nagaland, which is Meluri. So remember this name. Meluri is the 17th, and remember the number as well. 17th district in the state of Nagaland. Meluri has officially been declared as 17th district of Nagaland. Now you have to tell me it is inhabited by which tribe? Which tribe inhabits this Meluri district, which is recently declared as 17th district of Nagaland? Yes, quickly. Phom, Konyak, Ringma, Pochuri Naga and Zeliang. D? No. Yes. So D is the right answer. Pochuri Naga. Remember, Pochuri Naga tribe dominates the Meluri, 17th district of Nagaland. Next question. Recently, Gujarat's largest waste to energy PPP model based plant has been inaugurated. Where? Tell me the location. Recently, Gujarat's largest waste to energy PPP model based plant has been inaugurated, which converts waste into your useful energy resources. Where is it? Yes, anyone? So remember the correct answer is Ahmedabad. Okay? Ahmedabad is the right answer here. It has been inaugurated at Ahmedabad. In Peeplaj, Ahmedabad may be, the exact location is Peeplaj. Okay? I think yellow is not, yellow will be good. Peeplaj in Ahmedabad. So if you see Peeplaj in Ahmedabad, and it is based on PPP model, so public-private partnership. Also remember, one probable question from here can be that this partnership is between whom? So this is between Government of Gujarat and the Jindal Urban Waste Management Company. This can be another probable question from here. So remember this PPP model mein, there is this collaboration between Government of Gujarat, of course, and then the Jindal Urban Waste Management Company. All right. And 15 megawatts is the capacity. Next question. To enhance conservation efforts and encourage eco-tourism in the area, recently a butterfly park has been inaugurated. Where? What is the location? To enhance the conservation efforts for the butterfly population, also raise awareness of their conservation and improve ecotourism, recently one butterfly park has been inaugurated. Where is it? In which tiger reserve or national park or sanctuary, whatever it is? Yes, anyone? So, no, it is not in Hanley National Park. Remember, the correct answer here is Pakke Tiger Reserve, right? So, A is the right answer. A is the right answer here. This butterfly park has been inaugurated in your Pakke Tiger Reserve in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, in Arunachal Pradesh, Pakke Tiger Reserve is the correct answer. Arunachal Pradesh, Pakke Tiger Reserve. Next question. To bridge the digital divide in rural India, the Electronics and Information Technology Ministry, MeitY, has announced to launch the DICSC project at Pilibhit. What does DICSC stand for? So this is to improve digitalization in the rural India. MeitY has started a program which is DICSC. You have to tell me the extension of DICSC. These kind of questions, they have also been asked recently. So remember the full form of all these major initiatives. What is DICSC here? And remember the associated ministry is MeitY. Okay, the associated ministry is MeitY. The associated ministry is MeitY. Tell me, what is the correct answer? So the right answer here is, it is Digital India Common Service Center. Digital, okay, just a second. Digital India Common Service Center. So yes, DICSC, Digital India Common Service Center. E is the correct option. Okay, Digital India Common Service Center. Remember this. Associated Ministry, MeitY. And location, Pilibhit in UP. And you know, it will be established in all Gram Panchayat, will be providing variety of services like Aadhaar registration, banking, financial planning, tele-law, telemedicine like Sanjeevani, right? E-Sanjeevani, education, e-commerce support, etc. These kind of services will be there, so that whatever gap is there in rural and urban digital services implementation or digital public infrastructure, that has to be bridged. Okay. Next question. External Affairs Minister recently has formally inaugurated 4th Consulate General of India in Australia. So this is not India's 4th. Just understand the question. This is 4th Consulate General of India in Australia. So 3 are already there in Australia. You have to tell me this 4th one has been inaugurated where in Australia? Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, Perth, none of the above. Yes, anyone? Quickly, tell me. Yes, Shreya, Nitin, any answers? B. Very good. So Brisbane is the right answer. Very good. Other 3 are at Sydney, Melbourne and Perth. Brisbane is the 4th one. Okay. So remember this. This is again very important fact. Next question. The Mahapuja ritual is celebrated as a part of New Year celebrations in which of these countries? So Mahapuja is recently in news as a part of New Year celebrations in a country. Tell me the country. So the festivals are also important. Tell me the country associated with this. Mahapuja rituals are celebrated in Sri Lanka, Bhutan, Myanmar, India or Nepal. E. Nepal? Yes. Nepal is the right answer. So it is celebrated as part of their New Year rituals, Mahapuja. So it is associated with Nepal. Remember that. Also, one more important fact which you can remember is the Newar community. Which community is associated with this ritual? Newar community. Okay, so remember this fact as well. Newar community in Nepal observes the Mahapuja ritual. Newar community. Next question. Question number 16. Tell me, to elevate the defense partnership recently between both the nations, an MOU on bilateral defense cooperation has been recently signed between two nations. So recently means, since we are covering 1st, 2nd November, so recently would mean it is in October, right? So which defense partnership has been there between two countries? Tell me. An MOU on bilateral defense cooperation, that means two countries are there. Which two countries are there? Yes, India, Uzbekistan, India, Algeria, US, Japan, India, Morocco, Algeria और मोरक्को. कौन से दो कंट्रीज के बीच में डिफेंस कोऑपरेशन MOU रिसेंटली साइन हुआ है? जल्दी बताइए. B? Yes. So remember, these are India and Algeria. B is the correct answer here. India and Algeria. These are the two countries. They have signed an MOU for a bilateral defense cooperation. Okay? India and Algeria. Next question. ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, has started first analog space mission of India. ISRO has started first analog space mission of India. What is the location? This is going to be really very important. Tell me the correct answer. Yes, anyone? You're saying D, Leh? All right. So first of all, what is analog space mission? Analog space mission होता क्या है? Analog space mission का मतलब है कि since it is a space mission, so you can not incur the cost of going to the space and then having the experiment. और वहां तक जाने के लिए you have to successful test fire it, right? So उस टेस्ट को कंडक्ट करने के लिए अर्थ पे ही एक एनवायरमेंट इस तरीके का बनाया जाता है which is like space, right? तो वहां पर अर्थ पर उस एनवायरमेंट में whatever your mission is उसका टेस्ट किया जाएगा so that it qualifies to successfully go into the space. Okay, this is space analog space mission. Recently इसरो ने इसको लेह में establish किया है. Okay, the correct answer is Leh. Also remember, any space mission, not only of India, you see IRDAI mein you had two questions, right? Artemis and the Axiom. So these are also very, very important. So the location of it will be Leh. You can just look at the news. This is ISRO's first analog space mission. Also remember, this is first, right? So that's why it becomes more important. और लद्दाख को ही क्यों चूज किया है? Because these kind of missions, they are field tests in locations on Earth, as I told you, which have physical similarities to the extreme space environment, right? And Ladakh has been chosen for this mission due to its geographic feature. लद्दाख को क्यों चूज किया? क्योंकि हमें वैसे ही एनवायरमेंट क्रिएट करना है और लद्दाख में एक्सट्रीम एनवायरमेंट, यू नो, ड्राई cold desert, right? So it is dry, it is cold and barren land, high altitude as well. So it is best suitable. Next question. Exercise Vajra Prahar These bilateral exercises, defense exercises are also very important. So Vajra Prahar recently in news for its 15th edition is a joint exercise between. So remember, this is 15th edition of Vajra Prahar. Remember the edition as well. You have another question from the question itself. 15th edition of Vajra Prahar. Tell me the two countries involved in this exercise, joint military exercise. Vajra Prahar. Yes? Anyone? So the correct answer here is India and US. All right. Remember, the exercise Vajra Prahar 15th edition recently has been conducted between India and US. Yes, very good. D is the right answer. India and US are the countries involved. You can have a look at it. India, US, Vajra Prahar exercise, and remember this is the 15th edition. Okay. And what has been the location? It has been conducted in US, Orchard Combat Training Center, US. Next question. Consider the following. Again, so two exercises, about two important exercises in news recently. These statements are there. India, Indonesia joint special forces exercise Garud Shakti 24 has recently completed, right? Recently completed its 8th edition. Second statement says the 5th edition of WinBEX 2024 has been started at Ambala, Haryana between India and Venezuela. Now you have to tell me the incorrect statements among these two. Which of these two are the incorrect statements? Tell me. About the Garud Shakti and the WinBEX. And the other exercise we have seen recently was Vajra Prahar between India and US. Other two are there in front of you. Tell me which of them is incorrect. Yes, anyone? Any idea? Shreya, Nitin? All right. So you see, first statement says India, Indonesia joint special exercise Garud Shakti. That's okay. So remember, Garud Shakti is between India and Indonesia, right? So remember, Garud Shakti, two countries, India and Indonesia. It has recently completed, but it is not 8th edition of it. So here we have a problem. Okay. Remember, it is not the 8th edition of Garud Shakti. It is 9th edition of Garud Shakti. It is 9th edition of Garud Shakti. So this is incorrect. Then the 5th edition, that is true, of WinBEX 2024 has been conducted at Ambala. That is true. But not between India and Venezuela. It is between India and Vietnam. It is between India and Vietnam. So that's why second statement is also incorrect. Incorrect is asked. Hence both 1 and 2. C will be the correct option here. Yes. Yes, WinBEX is India and Venezuela. So remember, Garud Shakti ka this is 9th edition, Vajra Prahar ka 15th edition, and WinBEX ka 5th edition. Next question. What is the mascot for the 8th Women Asian Hockey Championship to be held in Rajgir, Bihar? Tell me the mascot. Mascots are also important. Themes, mascots, ambassadors, these are also the probable areas of questions. Okay, so tell me what is the mascot of 8th Women Asian Hockey Championship to be held in Rajgir, Bihar? Gudiya, lucky duck, longhorn with bangs, then you have the Phrygian cap, or none of the above. Mascot of 8th Women Asian Hockey Championship. Also remember, this 8th Women Asian Hockey Championship is to be held in Rajgir, Bihar. Yes, any answers? A? All right. Yes. So Gudiya is the mascot. A will be the correct answer. Gudiya is the mascot for 8th Women Asian Hockey Championship to be held in Bihar. Remember. This is important. So from your 11th November to 20th November is the schedule for this in Rajgir in Bihar, and addition is of course 8th. Total participants, remember, total participants are there. This is also important. You have another probable question here. Total participants are 6. China, India, Japan, Malaysia, South Korea and Thailand. The mascot, as I have asked you, is Gudiya, which is inspired by House Sparrow. Remember, okay? Inspired by House Sparrow. Logo and design is also important. Logo and design, remember, Bodhi tree. Because it is in Rajgir, Rajgir you have seen holds a very significant position in terms of Buddhist councils. So one of the Buddhist council was held in Rajgir, right? So that's why this becomes important, and the logo design is Bodhi tree, symbolizing growth and resilience. And remember, Indian squad here is or will be led by Captain Salima. Remember, Indian squad here will be led by Captain Salima. Please remember all these important information. And the tournament includes the best 6 women's national teams from Asia. So these 6 teams are their best teams from the respective countries in entire Asia: China, India, Japan, Malaysia, South Korea and Thailand. Next question. Which country has won the Fair Play Award at SEF Women's Championship 2024? Tell me. At SEF Women's Championship 2024, which country has won? So this is not about winning the tournament. This is about winning the Fair Play Award in the tournament. Tell me. Yes. Any answers? D. India. No. So the right answer here is Bhutan. Remember, Bhutan is the correct answer. So at SEF Women's Championship 2024, Bhutan has won the Fair Play Award. Okay, B is the correct answer. Now, one thing which you need to identify from these question and answer format is which area is important, right? So this SEF Championship becomes important. 8th edition of Asia Women Hockey Championship becomes important. So you have to go through the news religiously. All right, this is the broader purpose of taking these classes in the format. So Bhutan will be the correct answer here. Just go through this thing. Also remember, Bangladesh has secured the SEF Women's Championship title. So overall, if you look at, if they ask you which country has backed the SEF Women's Championship title, the answer will be Bangladesh. But the question was asking you the Fair Play Award. So it has been awarded to your Bhutan. Host country was Nepal. 17 to 30th October it was organized. Total 7 participants were there. Top scorer was Bhutan's Deki Lazom. Best player was from Bangladesh Ritu Porna, and best goalkeeper Bangladesh se Rupna Chakma. Okay, and Fair Play Award goes to Bhutan. Overall title clinched by Bangladesh. Next question. Question number 22. So persons in news. Some important appointments, they become really important for your examinations. Tell me, Jacqueline Darius Hughes is in news as the Secretary General of World Agricultural Forum, new President-elect of Moldova, Director General of International Crops Research Institute for Semi-Arid Tropics, or Botswana's 6th President. Why this name is in news? Jacqueline, why this name is in news? Tell me the right answer here. Anyone? Any answers? C? No. So this was the earlier portfolio held by Jacqueline Derris. Okay. The presently the person is in news as Secretary General of World Agricultural Forum. So remember, Secretary General of World Agricultural Forum is the correct answer here. So Secretary General of World Agricultural Forum, as I told you, she was serving earlier, before this appointment, she was serving earlier as the Director General of the International Crops Research Institute for Semi-Arid Tropics. So this ICRISAT also is an important body. One more question we have here is ICRISAT headquarters. So you see, also one clarification. In the previous class or video which I have uploaded regarding 31 out of 40 questions coming from the content, we have a lot of comments saying that the question was not asking about the headquarters, it was asking about the where the IKEA was founded from the ADA AM examination. So that's okay. If it has asked in the examination where it has been founded, the answer would be Sweden. But if it has asked the headquarters, then the answer would be Netherlands. So no need to worry about that. That depends on the question. If foundation is the principal question, then Sweden will be the answer. If headquarters is the principal question, then Netherlands will be the answer. So these kind of questions are also important. That's why you remember the ICRISAT headquarters is in Patancheru, Hyderabad, Telangana, India. So headquarters of ICRISAT, remember, is in Telangana, India. Yes, and this body plays an important role for sustainable agricultural practices and crops. Next question. Recently, India has adopted whole of government and whole of society approach. These two approaches, whole of government approach and whole of society approach, have been adopted by India to align its biodiversity plan, NBSAP. Let me change the color. NBSAP. Biodiversity एक्शन प्लान टू अलाइन, इस एक्शन प्लान को अलाइन करने के लिए विद द क्यूमिंग मॉन्ट्रियल ग्लोबल बायोडाइवर्सिटी फ्रेमवर्क, क्यूमिंग मॉन्ट्रियल ग्लोबल बायोडाइवर्सिटी फ्रेमवर्क, ये भी हमने रिसेंटली कवर किया था, राइट, न्यूज में. इसके साथ अपने बायोडाइवर्सिटी एक्शन स्ट्रेटेजी प्लान को अलाइन करने के लिए गवर्नमेंट ने दो अप्रोच अडॉप्ट किए, विच इज होल ऑफ गवर्नमेंट अप्रोच एंड होल ऑफ सोसाइटी अप्रोच. सो इट ऑल्सो कॉल्स फॉर कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन, राइट. नाउ यू टेल मी कि इनमें से कहां पर इसको अडॉप्ट किया गया. Which conference of parties or convention is associated with the adoption of whole of government approach and whole of society approach? Tell me. What is the right answer here? Anyone? So the correct answer here is COP16 Kali, Cambodia, right? So remember, it has been adopted at COP16, COP16. No, Kunming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework is not the correct answer. This approach has been adopted at COP16 Cali. This is the right answer. You can have a look at it. Colombia, as I told you. So India has released an updated National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan. This is going to be important. Remember all the relevant facts. National Biodiversity Strategy Action Plan at the Conference of Parties 16 to Convention on Biological Diversity held in Cali, Colombia, as I told you, Colombia, on 30th October. Okay, and here India has adopted whole of government and whole of society approach so that इसको किसके साथ अलाइन किया जा सके, क्यूनमिंग मॉन्ट्रियल ग्लोबल बायोडाइवर्सिटी फ्रेमवर्क. Now that's why this Kunming Montreal biodiversity framework also becomes important. It was adopted in 2022 at COP15 at Kunming Montreal. Okay, aim क्या था? Of course to stop biodiversity loss. जितना biodiversity loss हुआ उसको रोकना यहीं पर, so that it does not get carried away. और जितना लॉस हुआ है उसको रिवर्स भी करना, so that we can regenerate the biodiversity, right? So to halt and reverse the biodiversity loss by 2030, also remember the aim 2030, with a longer term vision to have living in harmony, right? That the man and the wild can live in harmony with each other by 2050. एंड रिमेंबर इसमें 4 गोल्स हैं जिनको 2050 तक अचीव करना है एंड 23 टारगेट्स हैं जिनको 2030 तक अचीव करना है. रिमेंबर दिस थिंग एज वेल. क्यूनमिंग मॉन्ट्रियल प्रोटोकॉल में 4 गोल्स हैं जिनको 2050 तक अचीव करना है, 23 टारगेट्स हैं जिनको 2030 तक अचीव करना है. और इसको इंडिया में कौन इंप्लीमेंट कर रहा है? ऑफकोर्स मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एनवायरमेंट. I hope this is clear, right? So go through this news religiously in your content. This is important. And remember, India has adopted these 2 approaches here. And location is Cali, Colombia. Next, what is the theme? So what is the theme of the first Asian Buddhist Summit organized by Ministry of Culture in collaboration with International Buddhist Confederation at New Delhi? So recently abhi Ministry of Culture ने इंटरनेशनल बुद्धिस्ट कॉन्फेडरेशन के साथ पहली एशियन बुद्धिस्ट समिट ऑर्गेनाइज की है. उसकी थीम क्या है? टेल मी द थीम ऑफ दिस समिट. What is the theme? Anyone? What is the theme? E. Okay. Role of Buddha Dhamma in strengthening Asia. Yes. E is the correct answer. So remember, the theme of this summit, first Asian Buddhist Summit organized by Ministry of Culture in collaboration with International Buddhist Conference. Location, New Delhi. Theme, role of Buddha Dhamma in strengthening Asia. And remember this Dhamma philosophy, they were popularized by King Ashoka. है ना? तो Ashoka was after the Kalinga war, so Ashoka became a very important, follower of Buddhism. So this Dhamma philosophy was given by Ashoka, which is of non-violence. Remember Dhamma, and he appointed officials जिनको इसको implement करने का काम दिया गया था उसके empire में, and they were known as Dhamma Mahamattas. They were known as Dhamma Mahamattas. So Dhamma is this non-violence philosophy under Buddhism, popularized by King Ashoka. Next question. The 352nd governing body meeting of International Labour Organization ILO की 352nd governing body की meeting is underway in Geneva. So location is Geneva, highlighting that India added how many million people in the economic activity during 2016 to 17 and 23. So basically in this 352nd, so remember the addition as well, another probable question from the question itself. 352nd मीटिंग हुई है किसकी? गवर्निंग बॉडी की ऑफ योर ILO, इंटरनेशनल लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. यू नो अबाउट ILO, राइट? Okay, one question I am giving to you. You tell me what is where is the headquarters of ILO? Where is ILO located? ILO का काम क्या होता है? इंटरनेशनल लेबर लॉस को एनफोर्स करना, फ्रेम करना, राइट? एंड ओवरसी कि लेबर कंडीशंस जो हैं वो फेवरेबल है या नहीं, वेज कंडीशंस क्या है, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. तो इसमें अभी जो मीटिंग हुई है उसकी लोकेशन क्या है? जेनेवा. वन मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग इसमें हाईलाइट किया गया है कि इंडिया का जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन है वो इम्प्रूव हुआ है substantially, right? We have added a lot of people into economic activity. 2016-17 के period से if you compare up to 22-23, there has been a substantial addition. So how many people India has added according to this ILO meeting in the economic activity category? Tell me, how many people? Okay, yes, Shreya, very good. Geneva is the headquarters of ILO, and A is the right answer. Very good. 170 million. Okay, 170 million. Also remember the other relevant information I have highlighted. 170 million people. So this becomes important. You see 352nd meeting and 170 million persons have been added in this. Also remember this governing body of ILO meets 3 times a year. This can also be a probable question. 3 times. This governing body of ILO meets 3 times in a year, which is March, June and November. March, June and November. So employment growth has been there. This is the highlight. Okay. I hope this news is clear. Next question. Which of the following is not among the Which of the following is not among the 5 priorities? G20 Disaster Risk Reduction Working Group Ministerial Meeting in your Brazil. So which among them is not the 5 priorities of recently conducted G20 Disaster Risk Reduction Working Group Ministerial Meeting? Disaster preparedness के लिए, disaster risk reduction के लिए एक मीटिंग हुई है recently where the location is Brazil, okay, in Belém, Brazil. So remember the location is Brazil. Tell me इनमें से कौन सा 5 priorities में नहीं है? The 5 priorities they have highlighted in this meeting. Okay, you are saying E? Yes, very good. So tech-based solutions. This is not one of the 5 priorities. Early warning systems are there. Disaster resilient infrastructure, of course, is there. DRR financing is there. Resilient recovery is there. E is not there. So let's see. These are the top 5 priorities. Early warning system, disaster resilient infrastructure, DRR financing, recovery and nature-based solutions. So tech-based solutions नहीं है. 5th priority is nature-based solutions. ताकि the countries in the coming course of time, they remain prepared to any disaster which occurs. Okay. Also remember that in this meeting, India has highlighted its commitment towards Sendai framework. So Sendai framework also becomes important for you for the examinations. What is this Sendai framework? If you look at this framework, it was adopted in 2015. Iska overall goal is also to prevent new and reduce existing disaster risk. अब देखो disaster को we cannot eliminate, right? This is not in our hand. That is act of God. Now डिजास्टर से जो लॉस होता है, जो रिस्क है डिजास्टर की, उसको वी कैन रिड्यूस एंड मिटिगेट. तो सेंडाई फ्रेमवर्क आल्सो टॉक्ड अबाउट दिस थिंग, अडॉप्टेड इन 2015. All right. So remember this and please go through this news religiously when you go through the content. Next question. Chairman of the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council. So recently, unfortunately, we have one obituary, and this personality is one of India's renowned economist, Dr. Vivek Debroy. Vivek Debroy. He has served as a member of Niti Aayog as well, and was serving as Prime Minister, Chairman of the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council as well. So this person in news becomes really important, and he has given a lot of contributions in Indian economy as well. So tell me, Dr. Vivek Debroy was honored with Padma Shri Award for his efforts, right? Padma Shri Award. In which year? In which year he was conferred with the Padma Shri Award? Yes, so the right answer here is 2015. 2015. Okay, A is the correct answer. Next question. Also remember, he has edited several books, right? So he has given translations of Ramayana, Mahabharata and Puranas, 4 Vedas and 11 major Upanishads as well. Next question is, the highest ever GST collection was reported in April 2024. तो पहली इंफॉर्मेशन आपको जो याद रखनी है यहाँ पर वो क्वेश्चन में ही है कि जीएसटी का हाईएस्ट कलेक्शन गवर्नमेंट ने कब रिपोर्ट किया है? अप्रैल 2024. फर्स्ट इंफॉर्मेशन. नाउ द क्वेश्चन इज हाउ मच इज इट? हाउ मच इज इट? April 2024 में highest collection of GST is there. So what is the amount? That's why the amount also becomes important. D, very good. Yes, 2.10 lakh crores. Okay, so D is the right answer here. Remember, 2.10 lakh crores. 2.10 lakh crores. Highest ever GST collection. So ये भी अभी news में था. That's why I've taken this question. News said that GST collection in October has been increased by 8.9, which is the second highest. So second highest is in October. That's why first highest also becomes important, which was from April, 2.10 lakh crores. Next question. Tell me, which bank has recently celebrated its first 121st फाउंडेशन डे ऑन 31 अक्टूबर? 31 अक्टूबर को 121st फाउंडेशन डे किस बैंक ने सेलिब्रेट किया है ऑन 31 अक्टूबर? यस, क्लोज टू द डिविडेंड गिवन बाय आरबीआई, राइट? 2.11 था जो डिविडेंड आरबीआई ने दिया था, वो 2.11 था एंड इट इज 2.10. टेल मी, किस बैंक ने 31 अक्टूबर को रिसेंटली 121st फाउंडेशन डे सेलिब्रेट किया? दीज काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर आल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट. दे आस्क यू द नेम्स ऑफ द बैंक्स और इंस्टीट्यूट्स डायरेक्टली. Yes, any answers for this question? Tell me. ICICI, IndusInd, City Union Bank, Union Bank of India, or none of the above? So the correct answer here is, yes, any answers? A, no. The correct answer here is City Union Bank. Okay, so that's why City Union Bank becomes important, because it is in news. City Union Bank has celebrated its first 121st foundation day on 31st October. C is the right answer here, City Union Bank. Last question of today's class. According to, again, so in the initial part of it, I have asked you this question कि recently Ministry of Mines ने अक्टूबर के लिए काफी relevant and important data release किया है. उसी data के basis पर you tell me what is India's rank in aluminium production. तो आई थिंक क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 या 4 में हमने देखा था कि इंडिया की रैंक आयरन ओर प्रोडक्शन में क्या है, वो 4th थी. नाउ यू टेल मी व्हाट इज इंडियाज रैंक इन एल्यूमिनियम प्रोडक्शन. Okay, so content, yes, will be provided before the class in the course. I understand, because then you have to go through the content and then these questions will help you mug up the content more efficiently. Tell me the correct answer here. Aluminium production में Ministry of Mines के October data के according what is the rank? And also that's why I'm specifying कि October का data है ना, because they keep on releasing such data. So Nitin is saying C. All right. Any other answers do we have? B. Yes. So yes, second is the right answer for this. So remember, दो रैंक यहाँ पर हमने कवर की है. आयरन और प्रोडक्शन में 4th रैंक, एल्यूमिनियम प्रोडक्शन में the rank is second rank. B is the right answer. Okay. So again, same news. If you look at this thing, second aluminium production में and 4th iron ore production में. All right. This was the last question of today's class. 1st and 2nd नवंबर तक हमने सारी important information इन questions के through cover की है. Nothing relevant and important is left. Okay, so you just rely on this content and the content provided to you as well. Go through the areas and through the highlights, through the concepts which I have highlighted in the class, because they are more important, right? जिनको भी हमने Q&A format में cover किया, at least उनको you have to read religiously. Then next thing, I hope this format is more useful for you, isn't it? Tell me, yes or no? It will be more effective because it is helping you in more than single way. Identifying the important areas, right? So इस format से you are identifying the relevant areas. Important areas, latest pattern में you will be saving this into your memory. Exam में recall करने में helpful होगा. Okay? And then revision of the content. And a lot many ways. It will help you in remembering the facts in a longer term. I hope this is useful. Yes, anyone? Yes, no? Freya, Nitin, anyone else? Chetan? So these were the 30 questions for 1st to 2nd November current affairs. Okay, so Shreya is saying this is more interesting. Yes, we will be continuing in this way only now. जिस फॉर्मेट में हम क्लास लेते थे उससे एक तो लेंदी हो जाती है क्लास, राइट? एंड देन आई जस्ट हैव टू एक्सप्लेन ऑल दीज थिंग्स. इट बिकम्स मोर एफिशिएंट एंड एंगेजिंग इन दिस मैनर. तो अब से सीए की क्लासेस आपकी इसी फॉर्मेट में होंगी सारी. हाँ, कंटेंट जो आपको दिया जाता है वो सेम फॉर्मेट में दिया जाएगा. ओके, सो दोनों तरीके से यू विल बी एबल टू प्रिपेयर. यू गो थ्रू द कंटेंट, देन यू गो थ्रू द क्वेश्चंस. आपको चीजें लॉन्गर टर्म के लिए याद रहेंगी और रिलेवेंट चीजें किस फॉर्मेट में आपको उस इंफॉर्मेशन को याद करना है, दैट इज ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट बेस्ड ऑन दी लेटेस्ट पैटर्न्स आस्क्ड. दैट वुड ऑल्सो बी इफेक्टिव. यस, फाइनेंस और रेगुलेटरी न्यूज के जो भी क्वेश्चंस होंगे उनको वी विल डेफिनेटली डिस्कस इन द क्लास. इफ यू सी, आई हैव आल्सो डिस्कस्ड ऑल द कांसेप्ट्स टुडे, है ना, बट 1st 2nd नवंबर में देयर वाज नो सच न्यूज. तो आने वाली क्लासेस में जब भी फाइनेंस और रेगुलेटरी बॉडीज की न्यूज होगी, इसमें तो थी नहीं, उनको हम बिल्कुल कवर करेंगे. हमने जब ये सारे छोटे मोटे फैक्ट्स भी कवर किए हैं तो उनको तो डेफिनेटली वी विल कवर, राइट? नथिंग इंपॉर्टेंट विल बी लेफ्ट. फर्स्ट थिंग. सेकेंड, एनी फाइनेंस और रेगुलेटरी बॉडी कंसेप्ट will always be explained and always be covered in the Q&A format. Rest assured. Okay, so thank you so much. I'll see you in the next class. The content will be uploaded, and till then, have a great day. Thank you so much. See you in the next class tomorrow.